me, Mario. Hello.
This is Super Mario 64, one of the most influential games of all time. But once you press start, something feels off. There's Mario, there's the castle. Everything looks normal, but it isn't. Even back in 1996, players noticed it. The silence, the emptiness, there's something unsettling here. And it's not just nostalgia. The game always feels a little wrong. Let's move around a little bit. Maybe that helps. Nope. Wandering around only makes it feel weirder. It's quiet. Empty. Kinda lonely. Alright. Well, forget the outside. Let's head into the castle. Okay. Yeah. This feels pretty normal. Yeah, there are a few odd things, but for the most part, it's fine. You're probably thinking, is he really just house touring the game? Nope. This is how players felt the first time they played Mario 64. It's strange. And honestly, it only gets creepier. Some rooms just feel off. Like the slide room. Just 3 glass murals and nothing else. Kinda trippy. Or the hallway to the courtyard. Or the courtyard itself. Something about it feels wrong. Like you're not supposed to be here. Most of the hub feels this way. Don't believe me? Let's just turn off the music. Now it feels really empty. Sure, early 3D games often felt weird, but why does Mario 64 stand out? Why does it leave so many players with this eerie, dreamlike feeling? That's exactly what we're here to uncover. Before we dive into how the game messes with our minds, we first need to understand why it feels so unsettling in the first place. Stick around. The psychology behind this is way more fascinating than you might expect. Of course, right? A no-brainer. But I'm not just talking about the music. Okay, except Big Boo's Haunt. That stuff freaks me out. What I'm really talking about is the absence of sound. Think about it. In most areas, the music is the only thing keeping the game from feeling completely lifeless. But the second it cuts out, like during the opening scene, it's eerie. Not dramatic, not cinematic, just unsettling. It's too quiet, and that silence sticks with you. Now, what do I mean by scale? Let's take Big Boo's Haunt, for example. The house next to the mansion, it's huge and empty. The fence around the stage feels oddly imposing, almost uncomfortable. Or look at this giant room before the final boss. Why is it so massive? Why is it even here? Most rooms in Mario 64 are either overwhelmingly large for no clear reason, or, when they're not, they're tight and cramped. That contrast between huge empty spaces and small enclosed rooms creates this weird push-pull feeling, like you're both lost and trapped at the same time. It messes with your sense of space, and it adds to the creepy, uneasy atmosphere. No furniture, no people, no anything. The castle feels empty, just fake clouds painted on the walls and huge paintings you jump into. Take the room where you enter Bob-omb Battlefield, for example. It's gigantic, but all you see is that huge painting and some strange letters on the walls. The only room that feels somewhat welcoming is the one leading to Dire Dire Docks. And then there's this one, with Peach's portrait at the end, where the floor suddenly opens up and swallows you whole. No thanks. Honestly, this is the part of the castle that unsettles me the most. Sure, the repetitive castle theme plays over much of it, but many rooms bring a real sense of unease. Like the one with the giant black hole in the middle, the mirror room, and almost all of Hazy Mae's cave. And don't even get me started on the endless staircase. All this empty, odd architecture isn't just a backdrop. It shapes how the game feels. The silence, the strange rooms, the weird details, they combine to make the castle feel less like a home and more like a place you're not meant to be. So why does all this silence, emptiness, and strange space stick with us? Why does Mario 64 linger in people's memories like a half-forgotten dream? It comes down to how our brains react to unfamiliar and ambiguous environments. Psychologists call this the uncanny valley of spaces. Places that look almost normal, but have just enough wrong details to make us uncomfortable. Our brains try to make sense of these places but fail, which triggers a feeling of unease or even mild anxiety. Add to that the concept of liminal spaces, transitional or in-between places like empty hallways or deserted playgrounds, that often evoke nostalgia mixed with eeriness. Mario 64's castle and its grounds fit perfectly into this idea. They feel familiar, like a home, but the emptiness and silence make them feel not quite right. This taps into our primal need for safety and social connection. An empty castle with no NPCs, no furniture, and minimal sound leaves the brain feeling isolated and alert, like something unseen might be lurking. This emotional response helps explain why Mario 64 is so unforgettable. It's not just a fun game, it's an experience that activates deep, often subconscious feelings of mystery and tension. That's why so many players remember it not just for gameplay, but it's for its weird, haunting atmosphere. Mario 64 isn't just a game, it's an experience that stays with you. From the eerie silence to the strange, oversized rooms, to the empty castle halls that don't quite make sense, everything comes together to create an atmosphere that's equal parts nostalgic and unsettling. It's a space that taps into something deep inside us, that uncanny feeling of being somewhere familiar yet completely wrong. A place where memories and dreams blur, and the line between comfort and discomfort fades. That's why Super Mario 64 still haunts players decades later. It's not just about collecting stars or defeating Bowser. It's about navigating a world designed to be beautifully, hauntingly strange. So next time you boot it up, don't just play. Listen to the silence. Feel the scale. Wander the empty halls, and maybe, just maybe, you'll understand why this game is unforgettable. Not just because it was revolutionary, but because it was a place you're never truly meant to leave.